In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
These are Lawin headlines for this week. Greg Abbott warns of Chinese spying in medical tech used in Texas. Dallas residents push to keep alley trash pickup amid city debate. San Antonio launches initiative to court tech companies, expand industry. Trump says U.S. forces to launch intense strikes on Iran as Mideast conflict continues. PACCTX strengthens Filipino-American business ties in Beaumont. Philippine Consulate celebrates Women's Month with empowerment and appreciation. The Pussycat Dolls reunite as trio, release first single in over 6 years.
Good day, I am Neska, and tonight we bring you the latest stories in the United States of America, especially in the state of Texas. So sit back, relax, and let Lawin Weekly News be your guide to the news that matters most. Greg Abbott is directing state health agencies and public universities to review potential cybersecurity risks posed by Chinese-manufactured medical devices used in healthcare facilities across Texas. In a letter released Monday, Abbott instructed the Texas Health and Human Services Commission, the Texas Department of State Health Services, the Texas Cyber Command, and university system chancellors to evaluate procurement policies, identify network-connected devices, and assess cybersecurity protections at state-owned medical facilities. Abbott said protecting Texans' safety and personal privacy, particularly sensitive medical data, is a top priority and warned against potential surveillance risks linked to foreign technology. The directive follows warnings from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency about vulnerabilities in certain patient monitoring devices. State agencies must submit reports and recommendations to the governor's office by April 17, which could guide future legislation aimed at protecting medical data from potential foreign surveillance. Smokable cannabis products will be removed from Texas stores by March 31st under new rules adopted by the Texas Department of State Health Services. While most edible hemp products will remain legal under stricter packaging and testing requirements, the rules follow an executive order by Greg Abbott and introduce a total THC standard that counts THCA, a compound that converts to delta-9 THC when heated, toward the legal THC limit, effectively banning THCA flower and other smokable hemp products. Annual licensing fees will also increase sharply, with retailers paying $5,000 per year, up from $150, and manufacturers paying $10,000. Business owners and advocates warn that changes could strain small retailers and push some consumers toward unregulated markets. Soccer fans looking for a premium viewing experience during the 2026 FIFA World Cup can now reserve a private lounge at the city's upcoming fan festival. The Legends Loft, a private space for up to 100 guests, is now open for bookings through the Houston 2026 World Cup Host Committee. Reservations range from $9,000 for a single match to $30,000 for a full-day booking during the World Cup final. Located in East Downtown Houston, the air-conditioned lounge will offer catered food and drinks, dedicated restrooms, and views of the main stage where matches will be shown on large screens during the FIFA Fan Festival. Organizers said at least 5 bookings were made within 2 days of reservations opening. The Yado Fun Zone is expected to attract about 15,000 visitors daily and will feature big screens, food vendors, and interactive activities throughout the tournament. A new nationwide study shows Houston has become slightly happier compared with last year, though it still ranks in the lower half of U.S. cities overall. According to a report by Wallet Hub, Houston placed 128th out of 182 cities in its 2026 ranking of the happiest cities in America, improving from 151st last year. This study evaluated 29 metrics across emotional and physical well-being, income and employment, and community and environment. Houston ranked number 107 in emotional and physical well-being, number 148 in income and employment, and number 158 in community and environment. Nationally, Fremont topped the list, followed by Bismarck and Scottsdale. Among Texas cities, Plano ranked highest at number 16, while Austin placed 39.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Journey to self-discovery and mastery. Be bold, why not? Season 6 with MJ Concepcion every Monday 8 p.m. CST. Don't miss out.
Where every conversation is welcome at the table. This is Pink Table Talk with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rice, spice, and everything nice. Welcome to the Philippine food scene with adobo queen, Nancy Reyes Lumen of Commissary Kitchen. Every Thursday 8 p.m. CST, Friday 9 a.m. Philippine time.
City officials have halted work on a historic East Austin property after a developer exceeded its approved demolition plans, tearing down nearly the entire structure at 1010 East Cesar Chavez Street, the former home of the Cafe Cenote. The building, believed to date back to 1887, was slated for renovation by Hyder Properties, which planned to convert this site into a location for the Southern California coffee chain URTH Cafe. According to the Austin Historic Landmark Commission, the developer has proposed preserving more than 3,000 square feet of the structure. City inspections later found that most of the building had been demolished without proper permits, leaving only part of the historic facade. Officials issued 2 stop work orders citing unauthorized demolition and other code violations. Preservation advocates say the damage likely eliminates the building's eligibility for historic landmark status. Residents in Dallas are closely watching a city proposal that could shift thousands of homes from alley trash pickup to curbside collection. City officials are expected to provide an update on this plan this summer. The city says the potential change is being considered to improve worker safety and efficiency, citing challenges crews face navigating narrow alleys. However, some residents say the city has not provided supporting data and are pushing to keep the current system. About 94,000 Dallas homes currently receive alley trash collection, while roughly 166,000 use curbside pickup. A city survey found nearly all responding residents favored keeping alley service, with more than half saying they would be willing to pay extra to maintain it. Officials say if a transition moves forward, it would likely begin in February 2027. Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones has launched an economic security advisory group to help position San Antonio as a hub for emerging technologies, including AI, quantum tech, biotech, and space manufacturing. The 11-member panel, chaired by Jim Persbach of Port San Antonio, will advise the city on attracting companies, supporting existing industries, and guiding infrastructure and economic development projects. Other members include Adam Hamilton of Southwest Research Institute and Dr. Larry Schlesinger of Texas Biomed. Jones said the group's guidance will influence projects for a potential future city bond measure and strategies to encourage economic growth. She also announced a March 14 trip to Taiwan with Councilwoman Misty Spears and the advisory members to meet government officials, industry groups, and attend the Smart City Summit and Expo. Jones emphasized that strengthening ties with Taiwan is key to advancing San Antonio's role in advanced manufacturing and technology. NASA veteran Jeff Radigan will serve as lead flight director for the Artemis II mission, the first crewed lunar flight since Apollo 17 in 1972. Radigan, who helped oversee the uncrewed Artemis I mission in 2022, will oversee the safety of the 4 astronauts and the success of the 10-day mission. The Artemis II crew will launch from Cape Canaveral, orbit Earth twice, fly to the moon, circle it once, and return for a Pacific splashdown. Radigan and his team at Johnson Space Center will monitor the mission 24/7, guiding critical phases from launch to lunar flyby and re-entry. Radigan is responsible for the mission timeline, training flight controllers and making key decisions, including the translunar injection burn. The mission faced technical delays, including a helium leak that required repairs to the SLS rocket and Orion spacecraft. NASA completed the fixes and is preparing for a flight readiness review ahead of a possible April 1, 2026 launch.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
President Donald Trump said Friday that U.S. forces will conduct very hard strikes against Iranian targets in the coming week, signaling a potential escalation in the Middle East conflict. Trump made the comments during an interview with Fox News Radio amid reports that U.S. and Israeli forces have already hit more than 15,000 targets in Iran, according to the Pentagon. Officials have not disclosed details on the specific targets or timing of future operations. The situation remains fluid. The president's remarks come as tensions continue to rise following recent attacks on U.S. and allied interests in the region. Lawmakers and analysts have expressed concern that further military action could spark wider regional instability and draw the United States into a prolonged conflict. Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla on Friday said that at least one alleged cash delivery involving suitcases or maleta may have occurred during the administration of former President Rodrigo Duterte, though evidence so far raises questions about the timeline. Remulla noted that a photo included in the joint affidavit submitted by the so-called 18 ex-Marines appeared to have been taken while Lord Alan Velasco served as Speaker of the House from October 2020 to June 2022. The joint affidavit filed by the alleged bagmen of former Zaldico claims they delivered roughly 805 billion pesos in kickbacks from alleged anomalous flood control projects to several recipients. Remulia cautioned that the images and claims may not accurately reflect events. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has reaffirmed his country's commitment to strengthening relations with China in a message to Chinese President Xi Jinping. State media reported Monday Kim sent the letter in response to Xi's congratulatory message following his re-election as General Secretary of the ruling Workers' Party of Korea during the party's Congress last month. In the message, Kim emphasized Pyongyang's intention to further deepen bilateral ties between the two countries, describing it as an unwavering stance of his government to solidify and develop the traditional friendship in line with the aims of both peoples. He also expressed hope that cooperation between North Korea and China and between the ruling parties would continue to grow closer on a shared path. The exchange of messages comes amid speculation about the possibility of renewed dialogue between the United States and North Korea ahead of a planned visit by Donald Trump to China from March 31st to April 2. The Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Texas, or PACCTX, Greater Houston region recently visited the Philippine American business community in Beaumont, strengthening local partnerships and fostering collaboration. The event provided a platform for business leaders to connect, share ideas, and explore new opportunities for growth. Organizers expressed gratitude to Jomel Luz for hosting the gathering, which was described as both warm and productive. PACCTX officials highlighted their commitment to the Filipino-American business community across the Golden Triangle region, which includes Beaumont, Orange, and Port Arthur. The event also underscores PACCTX's ongoing efforts to build a thriving statewide network, encouraging collaboration, mentorship, and economic development among Filipino-American businesses. The Philippine Consulate General marked 2026 National Women's Month by giving purple flowers to its women consular clients, honoring their leadership and contributions. This year's soft theme, Lead Like the Babaylans Filipinas, draws inspiration from the spiritual leaders of pre-colonial Philippines. The celebration emphasizes that women's full participation is essential for sustainable progress. It also underscores values-driven, community-focused leadership that promotes gender equality and fosters collaboration both locally and across the ASEAN region. The consulate expressed gratitude to all who joined the celebrations and extended well wishes for a happy Women's Month, celebrating the enduring impact and influence of Filipino women in every sector of society.
Filing taxes, dealing with tax debt, or facing IRS actions is stressful, but you don't have to go it alone. Call 832-674-0829 or visit www.taxresolutionesq.com.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit dizonlawfirm.com.
Four-time world champion Max Verstappen, says he is struggling to enjoy driving the new generation of Formula One cars, joking that Mario Kart feels more realistic than his racing simulator. The Red Bull racing driver made the remark after a tough start to the season at the Australian Grand Prix, where he crashed during qualifying and started 20th on the grid before finishing 6th. The latest F1 cars feature a 50-50 split between conventional engine power and electrical energy, requiring drivers to manage battery usage, energy harvesting, and advanced features like a straight line mode, active aerodynamics, and overtake and boost buttons. Despite his frustrations, he said he is looking forward to Nürburgring 24 hours and hopes to race the iconic tracks like Spa-Francorchamps and Le Mans. He added that ongoing discussions with F1 officials may improve the driving experience. Former NBA champion Danny Green expressed concerns over the 4-point shot currently used in the Philippine Basketball Association, saying it may affect the quality of play. Green, known for his long-range shooting during his NBA career, shared his thoughts while visiting the Philippines for an NBA event. The PBA introduced the 4-point line 2 years ago to add excitement, placing the shot around 27 feet from the basket. The rule has sparked debate among fans and players alike. Not all players agree. Star guard Sabrina Lunasco recently said she enjoys the longer distance scoring opportunity. Despite differing opinions, the PBA continues to feature the 4-point shot in its ongoing Commissioner's Cup. Iconic American girl group The Pussycat Dolls has reunited as a trio and released a new single, Club Song, marking their first music in over 6 years. The comeback features original members Nicole Scherzinger, Ashley Roberts, and Kimberly Wyatt, while Carmick Backer, Jessica Suda, and Melody Thornton are not part of the reunion. Released on March 12, the dance pop track was co-written by Scherzinger alongside producers Mark Sabbath, Caroline Eileen, and Solly, and follows the group's 2020 single React. The reunion also celebrates the 20th anniversary of their debut album PCD, which launched hits like Don't Ya in the mid-2000s. The reunion follows a 2019 comeback attempt delayed by the pandemic and a legal dispute between Scherzinger and founder Robin Anting, resolved in late 2025. Veteran singer-actress Sharon Cuneta revealed she recently underwent a spinal procedure in Singapore after nearly 2 years of chronic pain. In an Instagram post on March 12, Cuneta said she had been managing pain in her right hip and leg before seeking treatment abroad. Cuneta is expected to return to Singapore in a few months. She reassured fans, saying not to stress about it. What's important is that she is okay. Cuneta apologized to fans after missing the finals of Your Space, Sounds Familiar, where she serves as a judge. Earlier this year, she announced plans to launch her own management company and recently drew attention online with a playful jab at President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. over his choice of running mate. As we brace ourselves for the upcoming weather changes, let's dive into what you can expect day by day. Whether you're planning outdoor activities or just preparing for the week, we've got you covered with the most accurate forecast. Stay tuned with us as we take a closer look at the weather patterns that will impact our regions. Remember, here at Lawin Weekly News, we bring you the clearest skies to the stormiest forecast.
Here is your Lawin Weekly News weather forecast in Houston, Texas. On March 15th, Sunday, the temperature peaks around 84 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 46 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Expect breezy conditions with thunderstorms developing late in the afternoon. On March 16, Monday, the highest temperature is 55 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly cloudy, breezy, and much cooler throughout the day. On March 17, Tuesday, the temperature peaks around 62 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 46 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Mostly sunny conditions during the afternoon. On March 18, Wednesday, the highest temperature is 73 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny and pleasant throughout the day. On March 19, Thursday, the temperature peaks around 79 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 57 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Sunny skies for most of the afternoon. On March 20, Friday, the highest temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Very warm and sunny conditions during the afternoon. On March 21, Saturday, the temperature peaks around 84 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 60 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Sunny and very warm throughout the day.
So those were the latest stories in Texas this week. I am Nazca Santina from Lawin Media Network. Have a great day.
Lawin Weekly News.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Lawin Weekly News.